Hey y'all, hi. So today we're talking about quick shortcuts to a more stylish outfit. A short list of memorable and flexible ways that you can elevate your outfit at the very last minute when you're feeling like it's just not quite enough. And these are hopefully things that you haven't thought of before or haven't thought of in this way before. And also hopefully, I actually think in almost all of these cases, almost certainly strategies that you can deploy using things that you already own. If you have never watched my videos before, welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah Louise Poston. I just recently published my first book and I'll link that down below. And for my day job, I make videos here on YouTube about fashion and beauty. I hope you'll subscribe if you like it. Let's get right into the meat of this video. Trick number 1 to instantly elevate your style is to add something shiny to your outfit. Shiny shoes, a shiny bag. This could also be a scarf, obviously a garment that has lurex in it, like a shiny textile. It can extend to makeup. So eye glitter, I've actually been deploying this a lot lately. My days have been grim because I broke one of my toes a couple of weeks ago. It's really gotten me down. And I feel like I have been leaning more heavily on the effect of eye glitter to raise my spirits. Shiny things are just inherently so pretty, but they also tend to have a je ne sais quoi, right? There's always a little bit of a power move involved in the deployment of something shiny. And that is why there's such an outsized effect on your style when you add something shiny to your outfit. Possibly the easiest and sort of the default is, a statement necklace, like jewelry, especially something that is bold, chunky, and shiny. So if that's all that you have in your wardrobe that can be added at the last minute to an outfit that is shiny, then that is what I encourage you to focus on. But if you have textiles or leather, shiny leather, silver shoes are a great example, even sequins, even evening wear, if it's something that you can incorporate into a daytime outfit in a way that feels comfortable to you, that to me, like a shiny silver shoe or a lurex scarf or something, that to me is the most spine-tingling way to deploy this strategy. Maybe you're out there wearing your silver shoes every day, in which case you're already doing this. You already know. But I think that for many of you, if you decide to try this, it's going to just be a slight paradigm shift for whatever the shiny thing is. We tend, I think, with shiny things to save them for special occasions, save them for days that merit or outfits that merit the shininess. But a lot of times with like a shiny shoe, like I have these shiny shoes, these silver shoes. When I'm wearing an outfit that is worthy of a shiny shoe to an occasion that is worthy of a shiny shoe, a lot of times the outfit, the other garments that I've chosen are already quite elevated. Like I've already really put myself together. It's already fashion. I'm already doing a lot. And so then sometimes the silver shoe will work in that situation, but a lot of times it just feels like adding a lot to a lot. Whereas if I'm really dressed down, and especially if I'm about to leave the house and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just feel so blah, that's when the silver shoe is really a hero. That's when the silver shoe does the heavy lifting. So rack your brain, scour your closet for whatever you have that's shiny, or all of the things that you have that are shiny. And put them by the door or wherever you get dressed. And remember that you can always grab one of those shiny things at the last minute and it will have an outsized effect on the level of your style. Of course, this also works for makeup. Some days I feel like that little line of glitter is the only thing holding me together. It's the Urban Decay glitter eyeliner. I'll link that down below because everybody should know about it. And speaking of me applying glitter eyeliner every single day, come hell or high water, I'm so glad the time has finally come for me to tell you about, did you hear that? When I picked it up off my desk. I'll explain that in a second. Y'all, this makeup mirror. So I love Amiro's light therapy mask, as you know. And today, Amiro is sponsoring me to tell you about this incredibly well-designed makeup mirror that has frankly blown me away. So the brand sent me a lot of information about the light, like the quality of the light itself, which I'll share in a minute. Essentially, the color temperature of the light is meticulously true to life, and you can kind of choose the light that matches the situation you're about to enter. But for me, what has really enchanted me is the physical design. Like, precise lighting is great, but you had me at this slender columnar form that looks like a piece of sculpture. You had me at the suction pad on the base. Can't be knocked over by a toddler. Or a cat. You had me at the very comfortable, adjustable 40% angle and the intuitive buttons. lens. I'm using it here so I can see myself really well when I'm filming. It manages to be a full face mirror that reflects with perfect clarity, no warping or distortion, with impeccable professional lighting, while being shockingly compact as an object and beautiful to look at. So when Amiro sent this to me, I opened it, took one look at it and was blown away. And then I set it up and started using it and I was blown away again because all of the lighting claims are true. I had previously been turning on our filming lights to do my makeup here to get accurate color. And that was a huge waste and too bright, honestly. Like it hurt my eyes. This has solved that issue completely. And I always know exactly what my skin and my makeup are going to look like at close range and at a distance when I apply my makeup with this mirror. So I was totally sold and excited to work with a Miro, but frankly, I started to get worried that it was going to be like wildly expensive, like designer goods prices, because that's what it feels like. But it's not. And then my coupon code cuts the price almost in half. It's like $90 off. I was kind of amazed when I saw that. So I'm obsessed with the way it looks, but a quick note about the specs. It has 3 color temperatures and 6 brightness levels, and it's smart. So if you move away from the mirror, it turns itself off after 30 seconds. And then when you come back, it senses that you're there and it turns itself back on again. I love not having to touch it, especially when I have like skincare or makeup all over my hands. Most importantly to me though, there's 0 color distortion in the natural light mode. So you can really see how your makeup looks. It's so good. And I know some people like to use the dim setting, like the candlelight setting when they're, I don't know, going out to dinner, or use the really bright blue setting if they're like going to school and they're going to be under fluorescent lights all day or something like that. I pretty much stick to the natural light mode, but it can do a lot more than that. So thank you to Amiro. The code is HLP02. I'll link it below. And I also have a code for the red light therapy mask in case you're interested in that. Okay, so my second trick when you're getting dressed in the morning and you just feel like you need a little shot of style is to add something edgy. A band tee, a pair of jeans that are a little bit distressed, black jeans instead of blue jeans. I feel like I have been leaning the most heavily on this one lately with an asymmetrical ear setup. This is kind of where I got the idea for this video, actually. About to leave the house, often I'm about to leave the house and I'm wearing something pretty low key or something that I didn't really think about in advance, just what I was comfortable in working around the house. And I don't have time and I'm about to go out the door and I just don't feel like myself. And then I'm like, oh, I haven't put in my earrings yet. And then I will put a whole bunch clustered onto one ear with a bunch dangling down and then just a stud or two on the other side. So it's very asymmetrical, kind of ornate, you know what I mean? Kind of lush in its way, but also wearable. It's like part of the body rather than part of the outfit. So it makes sense if you're not otherwise dressed up, you're not otherwise put together. And there's an edginess to the asymmetry. And it's both the sort of dramatic flair of the excessiveness of it that I feel elevates my style on those occasions. It's both that and the asymmetry, which is really to me edginess, right? I feel like it's beautiful and ornate and it's also edgy. And that's why it's working for me in the way that it is. It's more complex, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's subtler and more complex than just putting on jewelry so that you feel a little bit more put together, right? Putting on just a little jewelry, I just need a little jewelry and that'll dress me up. It's like, yeah, that does work. But specifically, I think edgy jewelry or putting jewelry on in an edgy way. For me, that means asymmetry. For you, it could mean layering. It could mean adding a lot. It could mean something that is sort of oversized and has dramatic proportions compared to you or compared to what else you're wearing. And I think edginess can be added to an outfit in other places too, right? Other kinds of accessories, shoes. You can often add an edgy shoe. Sometimes a heel, sometimes a high heel has an edgy quality, even if it doesn't have edginess in isolation, the shoe itself. When you add it to an outfit in an unexpected way, its edge is like the way to describe the quality that it imparts, you know? So just helpful framing, right? A helpful way to think about what might help you feel better as you walk out the door, what might help give your style a little more juice. If you don't have something shiny or you don't want to wear something shiny, then maybe consider something edgy. One of my favorite ways in which this works is with like a band tee or a graphic tee of some kind if you were wearing a plain t-shirt. So any given outfit that you might have put together with a plain t-shirt, especially if it's like a polished outfit and you chose a structured polished tee or a clean cut, very bright white tee, or, you know, a button-up shirt with your outfit and you're just feeling like it doesn't have a spark, like when it has all come together, the outfit doesn't have a spark, consider switching out that top, that shirt, for your edgiest shirt, even if it's one that you usually wear to bed or like wear as loungewear or something. Just try it and see what it does. Because it's not just about wearing that garment, it's about wearing it in the context of an outfit that needed help. And so there's contrast there when you add it. My third tip is to add something dramatically oversized. I find I do this a lot. I do this a lot with a jacket. So I'm about to run out the door. These days there have been a lot of days when it's like, is it too hot? Is it hot enough? Is it warm enough that I don't need a coat? Is it going to get cold? Do I still need a coat? And what I found myself doing is defaulting to grabbing one because I find that that oversized leather jacket or trench coat, that sort of oversized transitional weather garment that you might just have draped over your arm or around your shoulders or something, can instantly make a basic outfit or a blah outfit feel stylish. It is like, it makes a massive difference. It does everything. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I've found myself wearing a coat or taking a coat when I go with me purely to elevate my style, like purely to add spark to an outfit, even on days when I think that I might actually not need a coat. I'm not totally sure that I'm going to need a coat. And that really tells me how much power a piece of oversized outerwear has, how much it can like rescue an outfit. Because even as the seasons are changing, I'm loath to let go of that trick. But a scarf can also function in this way, even like a summer scarf, a spring scarf, like a lightweight pashmina scarf, something that has a lot of volume and drape and drama. A wide leg pant can also work. I've talked about this before. Switching out your jeans for a drapey trouser, wide leg pant. Balloon pants are trending right now to my utter glee because it's something that I have always really loved. And I think that we are seeing a lot of fashion imagery of this strategy because of that. You're seeing a lot of people looking really cool, really stylish in outfits that would otherwise be quite basic because they're wearing a balloon pant instead of just a regular, more proportional pant. So that is this theory in practice. And then lastly, if you've been around, you know I love this one, but it becomes relevant in a new way as it gets warmer. So a surefire way to make your outfit feel a little bit more stylish, well, not surefire because it depends on the context, but I think in many cases I find myself, here's what I'll say. In many cases, I find myself tinkering with my outfit to make it feel a little more stylish, and the nature of that tinkering is to expose more skin, right? So unbuttoning just one more button on that button-up shirt so that it's a very deep V instead of just being an open collar, dramatically deep V, can make all of the difference in the world for the entire outfit and your presence in it. Just a tiny bit of breastbone showing instead of just chest makes it more fashion. This is also, even though it's a little bit less of a scandalous part of the body, this is also the theory in play when people roll their sleeves up. When you're wearing something oversized, you roll your sleeves up quite a bit, it just like changes the proportion, changes the edges, and changes how much skin is showing. That kind of styling. Keeping your outfit the same, but switching out your pants for a skirt, a pair of shorts, shorter shorts, removing your socks. This is like an underrated, I think, way to elevate your style that totally aligns with this suggestion, right? Why do shoes without socks kind of look so stylish some of the time, right? There's an insouciance about it, and that you're seeing skin, right? You're seeing skin. And there's just something about that. There's just something about the ease of wearing a little bit less or being a little bit less covered up. The same clothes that you were wearing before, the same outfit, but just showing a little bit more skin. This piece of advice is usually about styling, like rolling sleeves up and down, unbuttoning buttons, et cetera, but it can also be about switching out garments. And I think that you'll know, right? If you're trying to up the level of your style at the very last minute before you walk out the door, and you don't want to add something shiny, and you don't want to add something edgy, and you don't want to add something oversized, and you decide you want to try showing a little bit more skin, it might just be a matter of rolling up sleeves and unbuttoning buttons. But if that's not working, you can start thinking about which garment you're wearing that's covering you all up and which other garment you might have that you can wear instead that's not covering up as much of you. And of course, if sheer is an option, wearing something sheer is another way to show skin. There's a lot that's sheer right now, or lacy, like that. Oh gosh, this wasn't even in my notes, but this is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. Like an eyelet lace top or an otherwise open work or semi-sheer. Like some linens and cottons are just a little bit sheer, And if what you usually do is layer, here we go again with the tank tops, right? If what you usually do is to layer those sheer things over a tank top or over a shirt or a camisole, a cami, so that you're not showing as much skin through the sheerness of it. Or I think for a lot of people, it's like you're not showing the outline of your bra or something. So you're not doing that. Just consider trying it. Pick a day on which it's low stakes. You're just going to the grocery store or you're going out to dinner with someone you trust, and just see how it feels to be showing a little bit of skin through your semi-sheer garment. I even do it with pants. I love to wear like a semi-sheer white linen pant, especially in the summer. And I think of that as a kind of showing of skin. Okay, so those are my 4 suggestions. I could come back with another 4. I'm full of little ideas like this, but I didn't want to overwhelm you because I think that it's important for this list to be memorable. Maybe there's just one of these 4 that immediately hit for you. And you're like, oh yeah, I can totally do that. I just want you to be able to remember it in extremity, because that moment when you have put yourself together, but it didn't quite work, but you don't have time to change everything. You don't have time to start from scratch. You have to get out the door, but you just need to feel a little bit more stylish, or it's going to be kind of irritating you all day that you didn't quite get there. In that moment when your brain is buzzing with a million things, I wanted this to be a list. I organized the list in a way that will hopefully be easy to remember in that moment. In that moment, you can be like shiny, edgy, oversized. Skin. Ew, shiny, edgy, oversized skin. I think it's time for me to go. Thank you for being here. Thanks to Amiro for the sponsorship and for the amazing mirror, which I am using every day, multiple times a day. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you haven't. But more than that, I really hope that you are taking some time for yourself every day, sitting quietly with yourself and really taking care of yourself.